It's another Monday and of course another edition of the Change Maker Show, and today with me I have members of the National Child and Youth Advisory Board who are here to talk about issues that are related to violence against children. Of course, children in the Gambia and all over the world have been facing a whole lot of issues that has very, very negative implications to their development. And the board, which is an initiative set up in 12 African countries, and the Gambia, not an exception, is here today to talk about some issues related to violence against children. Without wasting my time, I would just like to introduce my co-host. On my far right, I have Mr. Mohamed Sabali, who is the Public Relations Officer of the National Child and Youth Advisory Board. Mr. Sabali, you're welcome to the Changemaker Show. And of course, on my immediate right, I have Ms. Jennifer Faye, who is the treasurer, or should I say the financial secretary of the board. Lady and gentlemen, you're welcome to the Changemaker Show.
Thank you.
Welcome. Sabali, in your own point of view in child violence against children, what is violence against children in your own point of view?
Thank you very much, Zara. Okay, when you say violence against children, in my own perspective, let's say it is the intentional use of physical force or power or threat to a child by an individual or a group that either results in or has a high likelihood of resulting in an actual or a potential harm to the child's health, survival, development, or even dignity. I know you understand when I say a child, I mean a person under the age of 18.
Okay, I think that is a very, very precise and inside definition of what exactly violence against children is. And that will prompt my next question to Jennifer Faye. Violence against children has been occurring all over the world, and the Gambia is not an exception. Perhaps you would like to tell us the most common forms of violence that children in the Gambia experience.
Thank you very much, Abdullah. In the Gambia here, we have children suffering from different forms of violence, ranging from child prostitution. We have child labor. We have malnutrition of children. We have rape and corporal punishment in schools. These are some of the violence that are found in the Gambia. Not all, but most of the times these are the ones that are of a very high frequency when it comes to statistics also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Saps, you want to add on to it?
Yeah, I think, just to add on to what Jennifer was saying, when we're talking about the forms, she made mention of a lot of them. You can categorize them. In the Gambia, we say the most common forms of violence is the sexual violence and physical violence. Yeah, and under sexual violence, like she said, you have rape, so, you have sexual abuse, that is harassment, saying words with sexual connotation in them, defilement, incest, they are all under sexual violence. When you go under physical violence, you have corporal punishment, bullying, assault with weapons, and a lot more. In short, when we say physical violence is any form in which an individual inflicts pain to a child, through physical means. Okay. And it goes the same to the sexual violence, is any form of abuse that a person puts through a child which has sexual connotation or sexual meanings in them.
Okay.
Jennifer, the second question will be, how does violence occur? Where does violence occur?
Okay, we'll say violence occurs in many places, especially in the house. We have violence occurring in the house, in the streets, in school. But in the Gambia here, we can say most of the violence cases that we have occur in the house, wherein young people or children are being abused by their immediate relatives, their immediate family members. Some people are being abused by their step-parents. Some people are being abused in school by their teachers or their peers. So in the Gambia here, violence occurs in houses, in schools, in the streets, and almost everywhere.
Okay, you did talk about the issue of rape as a form of violence, which I believe is, of course, very much rampant. For people who have always been watching TV, especially in 2011, we've seen a lot of rape cases being reported. And an elder, I have this special elderly friend who always tells me that if you see that a lot of rape cases are occurring in the Gambia nowadays at a very, very high rate, it is because of the way that the girls dress. So in essence, would you say that the dress code is a contributing factor to rape in the Gambia, or is there another reason behind?
Okay, thank you very much, Ablai. We discussed this in one of our previous shows, and I made it very clear that the way an individual dress or the way an individual act is no reason why that in particular individual should be raped. You know, people say the way you dress is why you are raped, and you know, in the Constitution and from my own perspective, you know, that is no reason why you should rape an individual. It was made very clear in the Constitution that rape is never the fault of the victim.
But wouldn't you say that the way a person dresses might be a sort of a welcoming sexual manner for someone to go? Because you see people wearing short things. Like you see people, they call it a changal. You see the push-up, the push-down, and a whole lot of things. If you as a girl is not dressed in such a decent way and you expose, you know, like some parts of your body that are not supposed to be seen, wouldn't you say that this is like a welcoming note to men? Yeah, you can come and here I am.
You know, Ablai, it's not only people who expose their body that are being raped.
Good.
Yeah, but majority of the people that are raped expose their bodily organs that are not supposed to be seen.
Yeah, but you walk every day, you see people who are almost, that is just the modern day
Lifestyle
dress
of
code.
people?
Yeah, the way people dress. You know, what we will say is, it is advised, as a human being or as an individual, you should dress in a very modest manner. But no matter how people dress, if you cannot advise that particular individual to go and, you know, have a very civilized life or have a very modest way of dressing, it's no reason for you to rape. Let's just say, even though it happens to, you know, we have incest and all those things, but
what is incest?
Yeah, that is having any sexual relationship through blood, like between a mother
and a son,
or a mother and a daughter, whatever, a father and a daughter, or a father and a son. So that is incest. People, we do have all those things, and we have all those rape cases, and you have very strong bonds between those people. Will you say, is it the way my daughter dresses is why I'm having any sexual affair with her? No. So yeah, I think, you know, rape, and when it comes to, you know, sexual abuse, it's just the way the particular person thinks. It is all about the mindset. Once you have your mind set on a particular thing, you go all in for it.
So the people who rape always want to say, yes, I'm going to rape this person.
Yeah, not particularly say, yes, I am going to rape this person, but they, you know, they are just like that. I don't know how to put how to make you understand, but you know, they don't have this self-control.
Self-control.
Yeah.
That is the key word, because
Yeah.
I want to believe not every man can control his emotions all the time.
All the time, but you should also understand that as human beings, we should learn to comport ourselves, no matter the situation.
That's a skill that a lot of people have to learn, though.
Yeah. So you know, rape is just never the fault of the victim.
Okay.
It's never the fault of the victim, because the person never came to you and said, "Hey, rape me." So it's just never the fault of the victim. You cannot blame a particular person because the way he or she dresses. Come on, we have our sisters who dress in a very improper way. You walk in the streets and you know, you meet people who are dressing in a very improper way. Why is it that you don't rape them? Sometimes I will say it's the opportunity. You meet them in very quiet places. You know, here
Isolated
they are
areas.
powerless. You know, you can easily take advantage of them. Then you do it.
Okay.
Okay, talking about the dress codes, I think girls should really see how they dress. That will take me to my second question. Jainaba, as a girl, and you're putting on the hijab
veil,
and
yeah.
everything,